back to Grain and Barley. I'm the captain. That's the beard. So what's been up, man?
Well, I got COVID. That was fun.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I didn't drink the entire time that I had COVID. Not that I didn't want to. I just didn't have much energy to do anything. Yeah, I had COVID. Then the wife got COVID. Pretty much the whole time, all we did was nap, have a headache, and was hungry as shit.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Welcome back. We haven't been here for a while. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it has been a while.
It's been since what, November?
Yeah, I want to say yeah. Once the holiday season happened with work and things to do.
Yeah. Well, it's been fucked up lately, man. Life, schedule,
Yeah.
everything has been a little.
It seems like time is just flying by for some reason. Like it's already February 4th.
Yeah.
And it felt like 2 weeks ago was New Year's.
Right?
It felt like it was New Year's and then I had COVID and now it's February 4th.
It's February 4th, and my birthday's in 4 days.
Oh yeah, you're going to be old as shit even more.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking older. 42.
42. Next year it'd be Richard Petty number.
That's right, Richard Petty number.
43. Oh, I think Kyle Petty was 42 though, his brother.
So before we get into reviews, I'm drinking on Presidente Pilsner style beer and Loch Lomond 12-year Scotch.
How's that?
It's good, man.
Nice.
It's good. That's just my pre-gamer, my palate's cleanser, if you will.
I got Milo sweet tea.
And then the Loch Lomond 12-year.
I haven't heard of that.
Nah, dude, I really wanted to do the Loch Lomond tonight. That's why I was asking if you had any empties.
Oh, did you mean empty small bottles?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant empty big bottles. I have a shitload of empty small bottles.
No, empty
I
smalls.
have a shitload of smalls.
Because I wanted to do the Loch Lamore. So Publix.
Yeah.
I don't know if you don't know what Publix is. It's a grocery store in the southeast. Some of them have liquor stores. Our Publix liquor store down here had Loch Lamore, buy two, get $20 off.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the regular the regular expression Loch Lamore or Loch Lomond. Sorry, not Loch. I keep thinking Macklemore, Loch Lamore, Loch Lomond.
Yeah.
And they had the 12-year. So I get them home. I'm like, I want to try them. I tried the 12-year first. 12 years really good. Won't give her a complete review on that. If you want to see a complete review, go to our TikTok, Grain Barley on TikTok. It's still not a full review. And the Loch Lomond, just their regular expression, just normal Scotch,
Mm-hmm.
taste like somebody filled a bottle up with water
Mm-hmm.
and then poured like 2 shots of Scotch in it.
Okay.
It's fucking gross.
No, it sounds gross.
It tastes like water with a hint. It tastes like water with a hint of Scotch.
Yeah, I was just trying to I was like, okay, as in, that doesn't sound like anything that would be pleasant to drink. But speaking of that, I think I'm going to actually pour me some Offerman Edition Lagavulin.
Oh well, fuck you.
Because we are drinking the oatmeal stout today, so I figured.
That's right. This is the one that's the Lagavulin with his dad.
Yeah, it's
And
the Guinness finished.
cask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. We didn't get a chance to get the original.
No.
Nick Offerman. But yeah, so might be going to see Red Hot Chili Peppers in September.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Nosebleed tickets are the cheapest. They're $45. Anything closer is almost $200.
Yeah, fuck that.
So, and Red Hot Chili Peppers are on my bucket list. So, yeah, man. So, hey, dude, I ain't done shit. We remodeled my wife's bathroom.
Yeah, I saw that.
Pink and fucking gold and fucking pink.
Well, it's what's the
Drag queens.
Yeah.
Drag queens. Like it's ridiculous. We're getting ready to do redo the guest bathroom. We're gonna start it this weekend. The wife's gonna paint in there, and then next weekend I got to finish it because my sink, my countertop, and my cabinet. We're replacing the cabinet in there as well. Won't be here until next week. So I'm like pulling out the cabinet, putting a new cabinet in.
Well, that'll be fun.
taking the big fucking mirror off the wall. That was fun in my wife's bathroom.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
She had a 60-inch by I think it was 40-inch giant fucking mirror freaking glued to the bathroom wall that I had to try to take down without breaking. Got it down without breaking it.
Good.
It just took for fucking ever.
Did you damage the wall?
No, only where the glue spots were for the mirror.
Okay, so just normal damage from when glue is on walls.
Yep, and then I built her countertop in her bathroom. I literally built her countertop
Nice.
out of this wood that we found that had like it's weird. It's plywood, basically plywood.
Yeah.
But instead of being like layered plies, it was squares
Okay.
to make it look like a pattern. It's cool as shit, actually. And just finished that in a normal, just regular stain, not really stained, just a little darker, and then clear coated the shit out of it with poly.
Nice.
And then my the countertop, I'm building my countertop for mine, and it's a nice piece of birch,
Mm-hmm.
or is it pine? It's pine. But I took it and I torched the shit out of it
Mm-hmm.
with a torch, and then I went over with this I call it teal, water mixed with acrylic paint,
Okay.
so it turned into like a kind of like a stain,
Yeah.
and went over certain spots with the teal, and then did a cherry stain over it, and then I'm gonna seal it with a clear coat.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So, and then black sink, brass. I'm doing like a steampunk in the guest bathroom.
Oh, that's cool.
The knobs I got for the cabinets are fucking amazing. They're fucking skulls.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I've been very unproductive lately.
By the way, you can find our podcast on Spotify, Podcasters, Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, iTunes. Shit, I'm trying to think. Breaker.
Pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts.
I think we just got on Podbean.
I think so, yeah. We're on most of the major ones, if not all of them. I don't know all the major ones. There's so many podcast things nowadays.
But yeah, we're on there. We're on YouTube.
I forgot how good that Lagavulin is.
Wow, Lagavulin fucking great.
It is.
Dude, this Lac Le Mans 12, I got to keep looking back at the name because I forget it every time. It's only $35 for a fucking fifth. It's good. It's peaty. It's got a little cherry flavor because they age it 12 years, but they switch barrels like 3 times. So they use previously used bourbon barrels. They say American whiskey, but mostly it's probably bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
But they use previously used American barrels. They rechar them. They age them for a couple years, then move them to a new barrel that has been recharred. Age them for a couple years, then move them to a new barrel that's been recharred.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I would love for a Scotch company. That's one thing I would like to see. Is like if you're finishing a barrel, finishing whiskey. Let's say you're finishing it in a Chardonnay barrel.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name brand of the Chardonnay that whiskey was finished in? I'd love to know the name of that shit. Or like this. What barrels from what distilleries were these whiskeys finished in?
Yeah. Well, man, technically, I guess they could be using whiskey, like American whiskey barrels, but the mash for those whiskey barrels could be the same as bourbon.
Right. That's just like some of these. Like, what's that beer you like? The stout finished in whiskey and bourbon barrels.
Kentucky bourbon barrel ale. That's just ale.
Yeah, the Kentucky bourbon barrel. What bourbon barrels are they using?
Yeah, because that'd be interesting because you could take that bottle that you have and then the bottle of that whiskey and see if any of that flavor from that whiskey, like what transferred over.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like with these scotches. Okay, so this is 3 different American whiskey barrels that have been recharred, and they're aging them in. So what barrels? What distillery are they coming from? The barrels coming from? Now, is that something like legally? Is that something they can't say?
They might not be able to just because it might be like a maybe possibly a conflict of interest thing. Because they also might not be buying right from the distillery. They might be buying them as from like a scrapper kind of thing.
Bulk.
So it might just be a bunch of different things. You know, it might be like 3 or 4 different brands.
Yeah, but
So I got a question.
what's your? I got an answer. Maybe.
All right. So Guinness,
Yes.
is Guinness aged in a whiskey barrel?
No. Guinness is
Okay.
aged in a. Is it's aged in a barrel.
Yeah.
It's aged in. I don't know what kind of barrel. I'm thinking oak because oak is actually the most. Well, I don't know. Whatever wood they get over in Ireland.
Yeah.
But Guinness is aged in a barrel.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the Offerman edition Lagavulin, and it's finished in Guinness barrels, which means it's aged in a whiskey barrel
Right.
of some kind.
Right.
Uh, I'm interested to know what do they use over in Scotland. And I was thinking probably the closest distillery that does,
Well, Guinness
I
is
mean, maybe
Irish.
yes, and
So
maybe Jameson. They might be maybe use Jameson barrels.
no, Guinness uses that they're not charred.
No. I'm saying Lagavulin for their original aging.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of those questions that you like. I would like answers to. Like instead of creating a new distillery, distilling our own shit, I would really like to, instead of owning and operating an actual distillery, I would like to source everything. I would like to just buy vodkas and gins and all this stuff, source it, and be open with that this was sourced. This is where it was sourced from. Like do a whiskey, so let's say we did a whiskey, okay? Sourced whiskey from MGP.
Yeah.
All right. But we aged it ourselves in, let's say we got a used barrel from anywhere. Let's say Maker's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is like aged in,
Yeah, I mean, technically, if you're doing a whiskey, you could age it in anything. You could age it in rum barrels if you wanted to.
yeah, okay, let's say rum, Bacardi, or whatever.
Yeah.
Aged in Bacardi, this batch, find that we could if we could find what batch that rum number was, where in the rick house
Yeah.
for that rum, for that barrel, and put all that information on the bottle and be completely open with what we're doing.
I'd like to put the mash on there too.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying though is like be completely transparent. So you're getting a sourced whiskey aged in this barrel from this distillery from this batch, so it can be traced back to exactly where everything came from.
Yeah. So that everybody knows exactly what they're drinking.
That'd be, dude, that is $1 million idea.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody actually is listening and you steal my idea, can I please at least get, you know, 0.05% of every sale? That's all I'm asking. And a bottle a week.
And a bottle to do a review for every batch.
I mean, dude, I think it's a fucking great idea.
Yeah.
Like full transparency would be great because like a lot of these places don't tell you that it's sourced. You get there's a lot of whiskeys out there that are sourced. They have backstories that are bullshit.
Yeah.
Bell Mead.
Yeah.
Bell Mead, they're a winery. They're all if I might be mistaken. They used to come from MGP, then they got from Brown Forman, and now they're back to MGP getting their whiskey. So Bell Mead has a huge history. Like Bell Mead is a real plantation,
Yeah.
but Bell Mead has this huge history, and they put it on the bottle, but their whiskey is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not saying that it's bad. It's not bad whiskey. It's good whiskey, but the story is bullshit.
Yeah. They're coming up with a backstory of how they made this whiskey, but and now granted that could be some truth to their story. They just went to a source to get what they wanted out of it.
Right. Right. Shit, me and you combined, I think me and you combined right now could fucking do a sourcing. thing. It's just the government fees that we'd have to worry about.
Yeah, which also, if you don't have the overhead to do a distillery, sourcing is the best option.
Because listen, to get a even just to get a distiller's license is 4 grand. That's it. That's all you got to pay. But they don't tell you the taxes and everything else. And yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean that, but that's 4 grand in Florida.
Yeah, it's just everything else. You also have to have a company attached to that. Yeah, you have the company taxes and the company things and all this other mumbo jumbo. Now I wonder, being that we both like Isla Scotches and we both like bourbons, a peated bourbon.
There is Balcones, the Balcones, the black label with the red writing. That is a peated bourbon.
Oh, the brimstone.
Brimstone is a peated bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an American whiskey, but it is a bourbon mash. So
Yeah, they can't call it a bourbon because it's not technically a bourbon, but it is a bourbon by mash.
right, but yes, yes,
But I have seen an influx in what they're calling American scotches, which I don't know.
yeah, peated American whiskeys,
Yeah,
dude. It's a great thing, and they're not peating. It's not peated.
yeah,
They're just smoked. So instead of using peat moss, they're using hickory or oak or maple or whatever to smoke the grains. So
yeah. Do you think it's because peat would just it would it would turn bad by the time it gets here?
no, I mean because you could use. I mean, America has peat moss. I mean, but America, like, I don't know the difference between like Scottish peat moss and Irish peat moss and American peat moss. I don't know the difference. So if you were to light American peat moss on fire, would it have a toxic property to it or
Yeah, I don't either. What we should do is we should get some land down in the Everglades and make marsh whiskey, swamp whiskey, just swamp water.
listen, listen, no, that goes beyond my idea. My other idea is to start this whole sourcing thing and then pray for a hurricane. Put a couple barrels on a barge in the river and let them go through the hurricane and then call that like a special batch that's like a couple $100 a fucking bottle.
And put it in your front yard. The way that it floods in our county, you could put it in your yard and it'd flood down the road.
God, like Jefferson Oceans,
Yeah,
where they send it out to sea for 6 months and then bring it back.
which I don't know if they'd actually do that. They just might add salt water to it.
No, no, no. They send. Oh,
Yeah, no, they put on a ship and they bring it across the ocean.
so what they do? So what Jeffersons? They put it at the bottom of the ship and they run it.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes on a container ship,
Yeah, it goes on a big cargo ship.
like one that's going from wherever to somewhere else, and it comes back, and they take them off. I mean, it's something that they really do. And what the theory is behind it is the same theory that Metallica's Black and Whiskey has. So kind of.
Yeah,
So the sloshing of the barrels in the ocean, it creates a sloshing. So every inch, every drop of that liquid in that barrel is touching the sides of the barrel.
well, yeah, it creates the in and out of the barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah, then you have salt air, which I guess yeah, because we did the air stone, and that way you could taste the difference between the sea cast and the land cast with the salt air.
right. But the same thing is with like Metallica's Blackened Whiskey, is they put sonic speakers in the barrels,
Yeah, sonic vibrations to move the whiskey.
sonic vibrations from playlists.
Uh huh.
Each batch has a different playlist. But so what they do is they take the sound which vibrates inside the barrels, which moves the liquid around so it touches every inch of the barrel.
They should do a special edition of just Lars Ulrich Saint Anger snare.
The worst drummer in the fucking world. Oh, it would taste like shit. So Beard, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this since you talked to him,
All right. It's called Babycakes Oatmeal Stout by Walking Tree Brewery in Vero Beach, Florida.
which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from us. Literally, it's down the street.
Yeah, it's like maybe an hour, if that. Um, I was at Total Wine, and they were doing a spotlight, and I'm not a big stout fan, to be honest. I actually don't like stouts that much at all. But he was giving out samples, and I tried to think their IPA, and it was all right. It was a little too hoppy for me. But I tried the stout, and I actually like it. And I know that you're a stout fan,
No, I love stouts.
so I was like, well, fuck it. So I bought a 4 pack. I split it to two a piece, and
I lost one.
yeah, I didn't. Mine's in my fridge still. But yeah, it's a 5.1 ABV. It smells like chocolate and coffee.
Well, I mean, the back of it does say chocolate coffee roasty.
I'd say it's more black coffee forward.
I mean, I definitely get coffee. Like it smells. You know what it smells like? And no offense to Walking Tree, and this is not to be like a bad thing, but it almost smells like black coffee that is sat out for like 2 days. Like sour, not sourness, but that's it being a stout.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that old coffee staleness. Yeah, and that could be the stout
Yeah.
in it. I mean, it is a beer, it's not coffee. So
Dude, that is actually really good. And mine's been sitting out for a while because I've been prepping for the podcast. So I wanted to make sure I had everything.
yeah, I opened mine before we got on live.
Oh, so did I. I took like 2 sips before we even did it, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of the hops out of it.
I'll tell you what. I poured some into a glass and just took a sip took sip from the glass, took a sip from the can. Tastes better out of the can.
I like it out of the can.
Yeah, it definitely has that. It has that dark chocolate. Well, at least to me,
Yeah, it's got that bitterness of a dark chocolate.
it's got a little bit of a coffee.
Yeah, if you took like a bitter, like a high percentage cacao dark chocolate and put it with a black coffee, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Roasty. I don't know what.
I don't really know what that is.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, hold on. I'll read the back. It says Babycakes Oatmeal Chocolate Stout features creamy roastiness and smooth chocolate on a backbone of dark fruit. I don't know what roastiness is.
Okay, listen. Nothing against you, Walking Tree. What the fuck is creamy roastiness?
I don't know what that is.
Like I get okay, so I get roastiness. I get so the what they use the malt or the grain that they use is roasted. So I get the roasty, which it does kind of. I get the barley, like the roasted. Like I don't know if it's barley, but it's been a long time since I worked at a brewery, so I mean, I could drink this a lot.
Yeah, I get what they're trying to say with it. Um, so the rest of it goes on to say this beer is as approachable as a cupcakes at your grandma's bake sale. We made this beer so you can enjoy a classic stout all year round. Stay rooted out there. Um, I mean, it's called an oatmeal stout. I'm not tasting much oatmeal, and maybe that's where the roastiness is that creamy roastiness that like a oatmeal cookie has or oatmeal has. But
It could be.
I wouldn't have said I wouldn't have described it as that because I don't taste oatmeal.
I get on the back end, I get a little bit of a metally taste.
Okay, yeah, and and I think that honestly could be the mix. Yeah, okay. I got it. I got it more. Um, do you ever drink straight espresso, like out of an espresso machine, just black? That little bit of like that super bitter bit of espresso is what is what it reminds me of. That iodine kind of taste.
Iodine.
It's not like it's a chemical iodine. It's a bitter.
And it's not a bad thing at all. Listen, this tastes like an unsweetened brown bread, not a wheat bread.
No, it tastes like a
Like the brown bread you can get in a can
yeah.
is exactly what this tastes like, but not sweet. It is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a pumpernickel, but
Yeah, almost.
maybe like a hint
Oh
of
yeah.
pumpernickel, but like not as sour, I guess.
Yeah, unsweet brown bread.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's good. I like it,
Yeah.
and I don't like stouts. That's why I got it. I was like, what, I actually like this.
You know, it's Brewers Association, independent craft,
Mm-hmm.
certified.
I'm gonna call it local for us. It's Central Florida.
Don't forget to drink responsibly. It says right on the can, please drink responsibly. Good on you.
Stay rooted.
Because you're made in Florida, and
It's brewed and canned at their brewery.
yes, Florida man is a real thing. So you need to tell him to drink responsibly, or you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's going to go fucking hog wild. Excuse the language. I've been trying so hard not to this whole episode to cuss, and we get into the review, and I start cussing.
Hey, we give honest reviews for honest people.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not a sponsored review, so
Even if it was, like, hey, we're gonna cuss because we're honest people.
well, not even that. It's just even an honest review. We're gonna give you an honest review,
Yeah.
even if it is sponsored. It's just one of those things. But no, this is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to get into more local.
Yeah, I like to do like a Play Linda and a Hell and Blazes and shit. What's the other one? What's the one in downtown O'Galley?
That's Intercoastal.
Intercoastal.
I think we need to go down to their brewery and do a tour.
I mean, those are like the three big ones for our county.
Yes, Walking Tree. Anybody from Walking Tree?
We'd love to go down there. Yeah, we're in Melbourne.
That's how close we are to you.
Yeah, we'll be down there.
Oh no, we're coming. We don't know when.
Yeah.
We're coming. Because I'd like to do a lot of this shit. Go down to the breweries that we do.
Yeah.
Like this. Go down there, talk to them, pick their brains.
Exactly.
Possibly once my office is done and me and Beard are in the same area, do this, on Meet or Skype or whatever, and have them on.
Yeah, it'd make things a lot easier
while we're doing it.
Yeah, and then we maybe can have them rebrand this because creamy roastiness doesn't.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
You gotta explain a little bit more. That's my only gripe with the beer ban. Is that it kind of seems like whoever wrote this doesn't drink beer.
That I mean, you know what? I get you. I mean, I kind of get it.
I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like I get it, but I'm not thinking big brained enough. I guess
I worked at Indian River Brewery.
Yeah,
which is now Karabi.
Yeah.
And I know I don't know, but I remember that there are different levels of toasted barley malt for beer. So there are different levels, there are different flavors that come out of those. And it's just, I forgot more than I can remember.
You know what it kind of seems like? It seems like the brewers had everything written down exactly how it tastes and what it is supposed to remind everybody of, and then marketing got involved and changed things to make it sound more palatable.
Maybe.
And then they have ultimate control. I get it,
because
but it's one of those
they roast the. That's where
you gotta
that's where
think,
I'm wrong, is barley or malt.
Yeah, I mean, unless
I can't remember.
You know what? It might be oatmeal. It might be oats. It might use oats.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, it is an oatmeal stout. I don't know, but it's one of those things like you got to think like big brain enough to think of like what they're actually trying to say.
There's a flavor there that I can't quite put my freaking. I'm gonna say finger, but I mean tongue. But there's a flavor there that I can't quite make out, and it's what makes this thing taste amazing.
Dark fruit.
Almost. Hold on.
Read the can again. It's in there. They said it. I get like a hint of like a plum.
No.
Like a small little sweetness of plum. That's about it. Not a plum, but like a dark fruit, like a plum.
Not a plum.
A date, maybe.
I get that's exactly, you said it, and then it came prune.
Prune. Yeah. Well, prune is the dried plum.
Yeah. See, and there's a difference in taste though.
Yeah, there is.
I get a pruniness, and it's good. Like, I love prunes.
Maybe it's raisins. Raisins are a dried fruit that's dark. It is an oatmeal stout.
Pop over here loves prunes. I've loved prunes since I was a kid, so it's all right. But yeah, I get like a pruny kind of like.
Hey man, they keep you regular.
Yes, no, like like for me, it's great
in a good way.
And that's where the sweetness is coming from, is from that pruny taste. It may not be prunes, but that's what I'm associating the taste with is prunes.
Yeah, it to me it balances out that like bitterness that you get, and it's not a lot.
That's exactly, and it's not okay. So you have different taste zones in your fucking mouth. It's the back of the tongue that I'm getting that pruniness. It's like the finish.
Yeah, it's mostly bitter of a stout. It's the stout bitterness that you expect, but it's that underlying sweetness that kind of keeps it balanced.
And it finishes like bright. If you took coffee, mixed it with brown bread, and then mixed and put prunes in it.
I don't know. I said plums, so you said prunes. Same fruit. One's dried, one's fresh. Same concept though. Breadiness, sweetness, and then like it's kind of like opens up. I guess if you take like a big breath in the morning, it's a big wake up breath. Or if you had a brown bread that had like, oh, so we have at the house. I forgot to bring it for Christmas, but I have the B&H brand from up north, brown bread with raisins in it. If you take that and mix it with like straight black coffee,
Yeah, I can see it. Well, what did I say I was giving this?
you didn't.
I didn't. I said I was going
No,
to give it a number. I thought I said I was going to give it a
no,
10.
you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, well, if I didn't, I'm going to give this either a 9.5 or a 10. It's that good.
Yeah, I'm someone who doesn't like stouts. Not that I don't like stouts. I don't drink a lot of stouts, so therefore I can't say if I like them or don't.
Right.
Of the stouts that I've tried, this is the best. And it doesn't hit that stout, quote unquote, persona that I have in my head for a stout. And yeah, I'm there with you. 9, 5, 10. I literally could drink this all day, every day.
Yes. So at a 0 to 10, I will always give Guinness a 15.
I wasn't a big Guinness fan.
And this is at the top of the 0 to 10. I'm just going to give it a straight 10.
So people did bitch that when we said, a number to another number and then gave a variance. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 10 until proven otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll see. The Walking Tree Brewery Babycakes Oatmeal Stout. Find it, buy it, drink it.
They are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, by the way. Thank you for listening to this episode of Grain and Barley. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions for future shows, reach us at info@grainandbarley.com. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at GBcast and TikTok at Grain and Barley. All those links can be found on our website, grainandbarley.com, as well as links to the show, our merch store, and recipes. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time.
Peace. We're out.
Later.
We've been sitting here talking, and no one can hear us.
Well, I mean, typically we talk and no one listens, so